Never consider my mother to be an activist of any sorts, or to really sort of give back in this way, but this was something that was important to her. She did end up retiring a couple years later, but it made a big impression on me. And so besides being a chef, a restaurateur, and a TV guy, I now consider myself an activist for people who are less able to sort of deal and feed themselves. In fact, I'm currently producing a film called Hungry in America, because I think the one issue that we have, besides not being able to feed 1 in 8 Americans, is that the face of hunger is very different today than it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or what people consider a hungry person to look like. I think if you think of someone that's hungry, you think of your typical sort of children maybe in a third world country that can't fend for themselves, but 1 in 8 Americans. So if you look around in a row of 8 people, 1 may be hungry. We need to change the face of hunger. Hunger now looks like the elderly that have to make decisions between medication and food. Recently unemployed that have to make decisions between keeping a roof over their head and feeding themselves. Working poor that during the course of a month they will go hungry. Military families that are having, when you think about that, military families out fighting wars for us and they can't feed themselves. And so this is a major issue. There's various points that Joel makes in his paper.